All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Barakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bayat, Awadah, the house of David. This is the brother Malak coming back at you with this truth. Okay, so we're going to jump right into this here, right? So this is Bank of America treating stablecoins as new form of money, says Exec. Right? It says the UK central bank is not picking winners in the debate over tokenized deposits and stablecoins. Sasha Mills said Wednesday. Right? It says in brief, the UK central bank is treating stablecoins as a new form of money in the debate between tokenized deposits and stablecoins. This is the pretty much is going to be their UBI, man. Their universal basic income. Okay? You can already see it, man. All right? Programmable money. Right? A part of the New World Order technocratical totalitarian beast system. All right? It says the Bank of England and Financial Conduct Authority are gearing up to accept applications from would-be stablecoin users in the UK. The BOE will regulate systematic stablecoins that are widely used in payments. With the Bank of England gearing up to accept applications from would-be stablecoin issuers, its executive director of financial market infrastructure explained that the central bank is treating stablecoins as a new form of money. Speaking in a panel discussion at the Financial Times Digital Assets Summit, Sasha Mills noted that by the end of the year, we would be open and welcoming applications from these looking to launch a systematic stablecoin for widely used payments in the UK. Ahead of the UK stablecoin regime coming into force, the Bank of England is not picking winners in the debate between tokenized deposits and stablecoins, Mills said, noting that at this stage, we do not know which use cause is better suited for which type of new money. We're treating, it says, we're treating because we think that's the case. Stablecoin as a new form of money, Mills explained. It needs to be equally robust as all the other forms of money, enabling end users to choose parability way or able way, Salakia, between alternatives such as tokenized deposits, stablecoins, and e-money. The preference will come with experience, she said. The bank defines systematic stablecoins as those that are widely used in payments and therefore many pose risk to UK financial stability, while those not widely used for retail or corporate payments will be regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority, with the lion's share of the stablecoin market dominated in the USD. The FCA director for payments and digital assets, Matthew Long, it says instead there is still a role for a GP dominated stablecoin, right? Okay. It says we've created a regime where we would have a trusted, redeemable stablecoin, which we're proud to stand behind. Long said, pointed out this FCA has approved 4 firms to operate in the regulatory sandbox. It says what we are doing in supporting these in those firms with innovation. He said, adding that they're meeting those standards that were set on our regulation, and they are launching stablecoin untimely, he said, from a regulator point of view. It is for us to support the industry, support the growth, but untimely, it's for the industry to deliver the stablecoin. On prediction market, Mirad owned the decrypted parent company Destan Users put just 13% choice on one of those firms. No, Neobank, what is that? Revolt launching its own stablecoin before July. The Bank of England, the Bank of England Mills pointed out that while 99% of the global stablecoins were dominated in dollars, right? It says they were created prior to the Genius Act. That's when we know that devil Nero 47 has signed the Genius Act back in July, right, of 2025. You see, it says coming into force in the U.S. There's not a genius compliant, right? It says in the dollar stablecoin industry, she noted stablecoin users are issuing a new type of stablecoin consistent and accepted to be constant, right, with the legislation. With the UK's full package for systematic stablecoins set for application by the end of the year, she said in terms of timing, we're in the same place as the US. You see? Because why? The international bankers, the super elites, the Rothschilds, private banks is what these stable coins will be issued with, right? You see, by the international bankers, okay? Programmable money, tracking, tracing, and control. See? Carbon footprints, social credit scores, and many of these different things of that nature, right? It says while the UK stablecoin regime is perceived as being more robust, Mills added that that's because we're allowing it and treating it in a way that is money. All right. So, I only need a few scriptures, right? I don't need many, right? But the first scripture I need is Revelation, the 13th chapter, because this is what it's going to all come down to, this chip. You see, Revelation 13 and 16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. That mark is charagma, right? Issued by the Karaks. You see, the Chi Sigma is the 666, right? Which is a part of the UPC, right? Which you will be the UPC. Okay? So you understand, all right? Okay? You'll be branded with a mark, right? A digital all. You see? Full of track, trace, and control. Under what? Smart city. 15-minute smart city. Surveillance, monitoring, analysis, and reporting. Right? And tracking. You see? All these things are being set up in play. Right? So they'll be able to go into your the blockchain. Everything will be put on a blockchain technology. All right? This is not hard, man. But see, a lot of people want to make it hard, but this is what's coming. This is what's going on. This is what they're setting up right now. All right? It says in their right hand or in their foreheads, BCI, brain-computer interface. Okay, Neuralink, Synchronize, and many different other companies out there pushing these things, man. Trying to make the blind to see, right? And so on and so forth. Okay? It says in that no man might buy or sell, transactional. You see? Everything is done through transactions with money. Okay? There's nothing on this planet that's not done through transaction of money, man. All right? So you got to make it make sense. And a lot of these other guys out there who call themselves prophets are not teaching this, like IUIC, ISUPK, right? You see? Wi-Fi, right? You got Believers of the Way, right? All them guys who are just lost in the source, man. You see? But they call themselves prophets. But see, a prophet would understand, right? If you have the eyesight to see, you would understand this scripture right here. This is an important end-time scripture. You see? Before the end game of World War III and the coming of Yahweh Shai, right? You will be measuring the time diligently in itself. And obviously, they're not measuring the time diligently in itself because they don't know what's going on. How you going to call yourself a prophet and not know what's going on? See, you trying to pull a woe over on the people's eyes. All right? But you can't pull a woe over the true men of the Lord who actually know what's going on, who can see these things, man, who have the eye salve to see. All right? Just to note that you got leavened bread in your doctrine. You see? But the Lord said his words are pure. Right? Let me go back to that real quick. You see? The Lord said his words are pure. Okay? Psalm 12 and 6, it says, the words of the Lord are pure, as silver tried in the furnace of earth, purified 7 times. You see? And he told you not to add to the word or take away from the word. Revelation 22 and 18 and 18 and 19, man. You see? Okay? So now let's go back to Revelation. Revelation 13. You see? And where we at with it? Right here. It says they're in their foreheads. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. That mark is charagma. Right? Or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. What do you think a QR code is? A QR code has 3 boxes there with 666 on it, man. It's just another way of a UPC. That's all it is, man. Okay? See, a lot of these guys out here they're not really brilliant, man. They're not smart. They don't have the eyesight. You see? That's because why? The Lord ain't with them, but he's with them to deceive the people. That's why you have to understand the difference between the true prophets and the false ones. Okay? And the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshai got to be dealing with you to see who are the true prophets and who are the false prophets. Okay? Because the Lord set up both of them, the true prophets and the false prophets. And he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, the true ones. Okay? You see? Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Lord will do nothing but revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. All right? So, back here it says, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that haveth understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Right? So you take that chip, right? I'm just going to tell you. Let's go over here. Matter of fact, before we do that, let's go to Revelation 16. Right? Revelation 16 and 2. Right? It says, in the first wind and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore. Right? That's from the high frequencies of radiation from them 6G Gwyn towers. Right? 5G, 6G Gwyn towers. You see? High frequencies of radiation. Right? Which is going to cause ulcers, sores. You see? Grievous sores. All right? Okay? When you go into it, it's Helkos, into the word sore right there. It's Helkos, right? Let's just go into it real quick. Okay? So the word sore, let's play it.
Strong's G 1668, Helkos. Helkos.
Helkos, a womb, especially a womb producing a discharge pus, a sore, an ulcer. Right? An ulcer as drawn together, sore. All right? Simple and plain. So let's go back here. Right? It says, fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. Now let's jump down to verse 10. Right? It says, and the 5th angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness. Right? And they gnawed their tongues for pain, and blasphemed the power Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, right, of heaven, because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. Right? They repented not of their deeds. Now let's go to Revelation 14 and 9. You take that chip, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai is going to destroy you, and I'm just going to make it plain and clear. You take that microchip, you take that BCI chip, right? Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai is going to eviscerate you, expurgate you. Okay? All right? You will die here in the second death. And that's what I'm going to tell you, right? I'm just going to keep it plain with you. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to keep it straight plain with you. It says, doom for the worshippers of the beast. And the third angel followed them, and you're going to die by ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles. That's how, or you may die before that. You're in concentration camps, man. All right, but ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles, right, and the concentrated fire from the chariots coming with Yahweh Shai, right, and the angels is how you going. It's how you gonna get it, man. Okay, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which is poured out without mixture into a cup that's straight with no chaser, right? In a cup of his indignation, which is righteous anger, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest. They have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receive the mark of his name. Here is the patience, and here is the patience of the saints, and here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and of the faith of Yahweh Shai. All right, so with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Marakak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bayath, the Wadah, the house of David. Kwam Yasha Allah, abide Babal, repent ye, for the kingdom of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is at hand. Shalom.